All right, hi everybody. Well, we're really going to keep it real today. Just got back from making another run. Home Depot. Yeah, handle on my toilet broke. That's exactly what you want when you're going to use something like that, to have the handle come right off in your hand. But hopefully that kind of quality is not what we'll be seeing from Teslas in the coming years. I think I would take panel gaps over handles coming off in my hand. Although I will say, I feel like one of my back door handles is a little bit loose. I'm going to blame that on a kid. They like to just yank on the door instead of like letting that electronic release pop and then open it. So let that be a fun fact for all of you folks out there who have parents who are just getting Teslas, at least S's and, well, I guess actually it's only the S, right? The X doesn't have a moving handle. Neither does the 3. But if you have the S, you'll want to tell those kids to give that handle a gentle pull, let the lock release, and then pull it the rest of the way open. And you kind of get the timing down as you use it. Well, today's topic, I guess if we're going to have one, is the referral program. Now, I have benefited from the referral program, but not to the tune of other people on YouTube and blogs and things like that. And I have not been pimping out my referral code too much. I have it on my Twitter account, and I have it on my blog page, teslapittsburgh.com, but I don't really push it that much. And I guess I will not be getting a free Roadster, as much as I would like one. So if you're in the market for a Tesla and you can get me a free Roadster, let's do that. Here's the issue I have with the referral program. Well, first of all, let me tell you my experience. I think for the first few rounds of the referral program, I had 2 referrals for a couple rounds in a row. And I think the first time it was $1,000 per referral, and I used that to buy tires because I go through tires. And the next time after that, I think 2 referrals didn't get you anything. And then after that, there was supposed to be a leather bag, which Tesla never sent me. And I have emailed them a couple times and asked them, hey, where's my snazzy leather bag? And they said, oh, you didn't do the survey at the end. I'm like, well, yes, I did. So they sent me the survey again, and I did it. And then I think whoever it was that had that case file must have also left the company, because now they've gone quiet again. So apparently I'm just not getting that particular referral prize. Since it's just a leather bag, I guess it's not like the end of the world, but it's just really annoying because it's kind of a cool bag. And then the one after that, I got 2 referrals, and I think I got a suitcase. It's like a semi-hard, semi-rigid suitcase. And then the most recent round of referrals, I got 6 referrals, which is the most I've ever had, and I don't really know where they came from. All of the other referrals that I had, I knew the buyers personally, either before or after the referral, and I would kind of shepherd them through the process. I would answer questions, I would help them figure out charging solutions, discuss options, configurations, all of that stuff. I would do whatever I could to try and help them along the way. And I really liked that personal touch. I thought that was the whole point of it. And this time when I got 6, I didn't know everybody. I knew some of the folks, and then some of the folks contacted me. They found me on Twitter or whatnot, and after that now we're friends. I know who they are. But there are a few of the folks that I don't really know where those cars went. So if you're following me on Twitter, or you have used my referral code and haven't contacted me, please do. I'd love to, have that connection. I think that's kind of what the point of the program was. Anyway, so supposedly I will be getting, I already got the car, the little radio flyer car, and that went to my friend Jake. And then there was some weirdness about the way they changed the program to add those black chargers, and I had a referral customer take delivery of his car, I think 5 days before the change. So I don't know if I'm going to get one of the black chargers or not. I have asked for one, because I was supposed to get a solar token, which then became the referral prize for 6 referrals, I think it was. So I ended up with 2 of them, but I only have 1 roof. So what I really want is the black charger. So we'll see if they say that they're going to do that, but we'll see if it actually happens. And then you get wheels, which I don't have yet, Powerwall, which I don't have yet, an event pass, which I probably won't be able to go to because it'll be in California, and then the solar token, which I probably won't be able to use anytime soon. So all in all, this referral program's kind of a weird thing. But that's actually not my gripe about the referral program. My gripe about the referral program is it doesn't it has a lot of room for shenanigans to be played. And here's what I mean by that. They don't pay the sales folks very much. We discussed that in a previous video. They just don't pay them very much. They pay them basically prevailing retail wages. They don't pay them car commissions or anything like that because they don't want them to be pressured. But then they have pressure because they have to meet sales targets anyway. So it's kind of a weird setup Tesla has. I don't think that's particularly well thought out. There must be a better way. So they're pressured to make quotas, but they're not rewarded for having done so. They just don't get in trouble. And they get some small stipend for each sale that they make, and the stipend varies apparently between how expensive the configuration is. And there's a lot of repeat customers with Tesla, as we know, people upgrading as new things come out. Hey, I have an Autopilot 1, I want to get Autopilot 2, and that kind of thing. So the incentive is really for the owner advisors, or whatever you want to call them, whatever Tesla calls them, to try and make sales to people that they know and to reward people, like repeat business. And that makes the codes of those people very valuable to be used by those sales folks in order to kind of grease the wheels for the next sale or to keep their customers happy. I may have benefited that at some point or not. I'm not really sure. I've definitely helped out with sales that I know that I did not get credit for. And I've taken phone calls from people that were sent to me by the sales folks to answer questions about my hitch and stuff like that. And I don't know if the sale never went through or not, but I took a number of calls about things like that, and I did not get credit for those sales. So I don't really know what's going on there. But what I do know is one time I had somebody who I was working with who was buying a Model X, and she went to the store to actually place the order in person, which a lot of people do because they don't want to just do it over the internet. I mean, that's what I did because I didn't have a store. But a lot of people don't. Now that we have a store, they want to go to the actual store and place it there with help. And when she did, the salesperson there, she said she had a referral code. She had my code. And the salesperson there was like, no, I have a code. Don't worry about it. Well, but that's not okay. And I happened to catch her on chat, on text messages. And I was like, well, you really should, like, you should be using the code that you bring. That's the whole point of the program. So if I help you with the sale and I help convince you what to get and which ones to choose, she was buying a CPO. So there were a couple to choose from. And so I was helping her with all of that. And I said, if you come with a code, they're supposed to use the code that you bring. That's really the whole point of the thing. And so she was getting trouble from the sales guy. I don't know how much trouble, but enough that she had to like say it more than once that I have a code. And he was like, I have a code I can use. And it was like, no, you can't just, please use the code I bring. And that's the fundamental problem with the referral program process, is that when it comes down to the point of order, whether you do it in a store or over the phone, or over the internet, although I think it's less likely over the internet because you don't have anybody helping you, you're just placing the order. The only person who has a vested interest in which referral code is used is the person who's referring. And they are typically the only person not at the transaction. Tesla has somebody there who's, as we said, it's not paid as well as they probably should be. The purchaser is there, and they just want the code. They want a code. They want free supercharging or whatever the perk is at the time. They want a code. They don't really care whose code as long as they get a code. And so the only person who cares which code gets used is the only person not there. Well, this seems colossally dumb to me. So you have a program where we know people are getting, pimping their codes out, and they're getting 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 referrals, but they don't personally know any of, or many of them, we'll just say many of them, know very few of the people they're actually referring. So they're not helping those people, they're not convincing those people or showing them the way, so to speak. They're not doing any of the legwork. In fact, a lot of times those people are getting the legwork done on forums, and people like me are going on there and answering questions and stuff like that, and then they don't use our code anyway. They use this other code because they got better PR. And then when it comes time to sale, even if they were using the code, they go to wherever they're going, and my code gets usurped by somebody else in the process who's trying to do a little back scratch to one of their buddies who's already bought. or who maybe they think might buy the next time. Hey, if I send a couple referrals your way, you think you might want to upgrade? I mean, I don't know. All right, so look, I don't want to belabor the point here. I think the right thing to do should be obvious to everybody. If you're purchasing a Tesla and you've been asking questions of people, or somebody has been helping you, somebody specifically has been helping you, use their code. Make sure that when you go to the service center, if you're ordering at the store or service center, or if you do it over the phone, or however you're doing it, it's incumbent upon you to take a little, don't just take and use their perk of the free supercharging and whatnot, and absolve yourself of the responsibility to make sure that credit gets paid where credit is due. You know, the worker is entitled to his wages. Now, along those lines, if somebody is using your code, it is incumbent upon you to make sure that, as much as it's within your power, that you know them personally and that you help them with their decision process and the delivery of the car and working out how to do charging, road trips, advice for accessories, what kind of tires. Take your knowledge, because you're an owner clearly if you have a code, take your knowledge and give it to that person freely, as much as they want, as much help as they want or need, to make sure that their experience is a positive one. That is that is your responsibility as an owner who's having potentially a perk earned because you have, or prize earned because your code was used. So make sure you're earning it. Do the work. All right, that's my soapbox. I guess that's really all I have to say on that. It took me a couple times to get it out in a way that was maybe polite enough for the internet to handle. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I don't know, drive safe, everybody. Bye.